Good morning. It's Tuesday morning and it is morning coffee. I'm Ann White, the founder of the Creating Calm Network, and we are inviting you to pour yourself a cuppa and join us. We have a special guest today. We have Dennis Ledbetter, who is a country singer-songwriter, and I've been saying country western, so today I'm going to learn a little bit more about music, and you are going to learn a little bit more about Dennis Ledbetter. So I'm here with my coffee gals. I have Kat in the closet, Catherine Regendi. Good morning, Kat.
Morning.
You're a little discombobbled in your closet today, huh?
Yes.
Well, have a little more coffee. And Angie Ledbetter from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You happen to know this fellow, Dennis Ledbetter, do you not?
I do.
And how long have you known this fine, upstanding gentleman?
For over 30 years. I lose track now.
Okay. And Dennis, welcome. And what does your coffee cup say? Because I see you've joined the coffee cup group. What is your message for the day?
Mine says I don't have a problem with caffeine, I have a problem without it.
Okay, there you have it. Angie, tell us about his music career. What should we know about Dennis Ledbetter? And the CD or album I have is If You Drive Me to Drinkin', I'll Buy the Gas.
That title of the CD pretty much says it all. He's been hardcore country since I met him. In fact, I met him when he was singing, and he's been plugging away at it between raising 5 kids and working on the road 9/10 of the year. And now that he's partially retired, he's had more time to devote to his music. And
how's this CD doing?
It's doing great. It's going up some charts, and it's getting lots of good airplay, not just in the States, but in other countries also that like true country music, which is harder and harder to find now.
Okay, so I'm going to turn our camera to Dennis. And Dennis, I have been calling it country western. And tell me what country music is. What is country music?
Well, country music basically tells the stories about love and heartbreak and life and everything that goes on in everybody's everyday life. It's a very descriptive storytelling type of music.
And how is it different from country western? What does the western do to music that makes it very different from country?
I guess the western music, when I think of western music, I think of Marty Robbins type music where they're talking about the cowboys, the songs the cowboy used to sing around the campfire.
Gotcha.
Where, they're the streets of Laredo kind of thing.
Okay, I got it. And when I was looking at Dennis's climbing up the charts with this CD, which I love and you would love too, and I have the disc in my car, so I'm enjoying it when I'm driving, I was tempted to ask the question, what does it feel like to be an overnight sensation? And I was going to put that in quotes, because so often when someone then pops and becomes known, we say, oh, this is an overnight. But I want to go back to the dedication and perseverance that it takes to get to where it pops. So Dennis, Angie was saying that she met you as a singer performing. How long have you been doing music?
I started seriously singing and writing probably in 1977, something like that. I was just getting into it at that point, of course, but I had always loved music and always thought I could write some good stuff. So I got together with some friends that I met while I was on the road, and he helped me started teaching me how to write, and let me join his little band, and I played with him on a regular basis and got started that way.
And it's got to feel great that after all these years of writing and dedication and playing, that you're finally getting the recognition for your talent. I mean, how does it feel when people say, oh, I've got Dennis Ledbetter CD, or oh, I love this song by yourself, or something like that? How does that feel when you hear your song playing or people talking about it?
It's very gratifying. I've wanted for a long time for people to hear my music and at least get an opportunity to get it out there and let the people decide whether or not they like it. it's extremely fun to get all of the radio airplay and hear all the feedback. But I think even more than the radio, the live performances are just wonderful. It's just fantastic to get up in front of a crowd and watch the people react to your music.
Yeah, I can't even imagine that, but I would think it was such a high. Pat, as a writer yourself, what questions would you have for Dennis about writing his work? Because writing that you do is very different, yet you're both storytellers in a way, or in a big way. You're both telling stories. Go ahead and put Dennis on the stand for us.
Now, Dennis and I've talked before about, our journeys like that. I can relate to the way he feels and the things he says, and the passion behind what he does, because it can become consuming and obsessive. I think we've both been very obsessed with what we do for a long time, and to see some of that obsession manifest itself in a way that's so exciting, to know other people in his realm, people listening to his music and his words he's written, and in mine, to open up my books or their Kindle or whatever and read my words. There's nothing that can describe that feeling of knowing that somewhere in some place, somehow, someone is reading or listening to something that you created. You may not even know who they are. Someone way off in India or in Iowa. So yeah, Dennis, I do have a question for you. I'm just wondering how you think all this obsession with your music has affected your marriage. Or
Well,
has
I'm still.
brought it up to heights of ecstasy, or has it sometime made your wife, the lovely Angie, want to pull you upside your head? Go ahead.
Now that you have all the young girls saying, "Oh, would you sign my CD?" or better yet, sign my breast.
Or worse.
Or worse, my bohonkus.
Yeah,
Well, the fact that she's still sitting over there in the same house says a lot for her makeup. She's had to put up with a lot, but she's always been very supportive of my music. And it has, I go out a lot. I do karaoke, I do shows, I do the rehearsals. I'm in the bar rooms. There's other people around. So it does affect her, but she's dealt with it extremely well. She's really been a very supportive person and been one of my biggest fans all along.
And Angie, what would you say? What's it like being the wife of someone who is up on the stage and people are loving his music and they're loving what he's doing? What's it like when you're there and when you're not there?
I'm thrilled for him that he's getting the recognition and the adoration from the women folk and the men folk. I don't like it when they private message him. Ladies, I'm the administrator of his page, so stop private messaging him. I think I pretty much says everything that I want to say in the song that Dennis wrote called You Ain't Blind. She ain't blind and you ain't braille. It's a long journey since 1981. I've had to put up with all these clawing women and stuff, but
Bitches.
I'm happy for him. I just wonder what it says about me that my best friend and my husband are both these people that get lots of attention and stuff. I think it just means I prefer being in the background. And
yeah, Dennis, tell us about She Ain't Blind and You Ain't Braille. That is on this. Was that written with anything special in mind?
Well, She Ain't Blind and You Ain't Braille is a true story. I was playing in a club here in Baton Rouge. And,
the Long Branch.
Yeah, the Long Branch. If she remembers.
All too well.
When I got off the stage, the lady that owns the lounge walked
Miss
up to me.
Teresa.
I guess you're never going back to the Long Branch again, but carry
It
on.
closed. Thank God it closed. But she came up to me and she was talking to me and she was utilizing her hands a tad too much.
Bitch.
And I got back to the table and Angie was mad. And I said, baby, I said, she just talking to me. She said, yeah, well, she ain't blind and you ain't braille. I said, that's a song. She said, don't change the subject.
Well, I'm glad that became a song because that is a fun one, and I didn't realize the backstory. But hey, that sums up a lot. She ain't blind, and you ain't braille.
That's right.
Dennis, that's one example of how you get a song. Where do your songs come from? How does it go from here to being on the?
Well, that's an interesting thing because I'm not a musician. I wish I was, but I'm not. I do sing and I do write, but I never have been able to master a musical instrument. So it's been a difficult journey for me to get to that point. So, but God gave me a gift such that when I'm writing the lyrics to a song, I develop a melody in my head. I know exactly what I want the melody to sound like. And I'll record that, and then I'll take it to some musician friends of mine, or I take it to a professional musician and just pay by the hour to sit in the studio and put the music to the melody that I've developed. And it's interesting progression. It goes from there, and then you go into a studio and do a demo, and then you take it to somewhere like Nashville where you got professional musicians working with you, and the progression is just unbelievable. The quality increase as it goes along. I've got some songs some of the songs that are on that CD, I've got copies of them on cassette tape where it was nothing but a acapella vocal that just sounds like a cat screeching in the alley. And they turned out to be pretty nice songs once they got to the CD.
But tell them about your local band that you put together.
I have a great local band. It's called the WTF Band. And
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday band, I'm sure.
well, actually, they are my wickedly talented friends.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
But Angie came up with that name for the band. She's very, very good at plays on words.
She is.
She's actually helped me write some songs. We just finished writing a song together called Louisiana Dead. Pretty good song.
Oh, okay.
It basically says I was Louisiana born, Louisiana bred, and when I die, I'll be Louisiana dead.
Oh, I got spiritual.
Oh,
It's going to be a good one. Yeah, I like that.
It's very nice.
So tell us about your WTF band.
The WTF band is very good. It's guys that they're all in other bands, but I've got a keyboard player named Donald Schwerer. I've got a rhythm guitar player named Jim Stanley. I've got a lead guitar player named Sean Rue, a drummer, Greg. What's Greg's last name in
Real Greg, two-gone Greg.
Yeah, he says his Facebook name's weird, but Greg Guffey. And then we've got Joel DeSherry on bass, and Hal Higgins on steel, and Bill
Grass.
Bill Grass on fiddle. We've got a really nice band.
And you play around Baton Rouge?
We do. We've been playing around Baton Rouge. I don't get out into the honky-tonk play too much. I try to get gigs where I'm opening for other people or in a listening room type situation. I haven't actually gotten out and put a full band together and started touring or anything like that. I'll have to get things going a lot further along than they are now to get to that point. But even at that point, I would hope to be able to get out and open for some people.
That sounds great. Cat from the closet. What kind of questions should we ask Dennis? Because you've known him for how long?
I don't know.
Long time?
A long time, but you know, not as long as Angie. So and I would never have been touching him up in that bar, that bitch. I would just want to go tear her hair out for you, Angie.
I've torn out a little bit of hair.
I gotta, you know, I mean, the funny thing, like Angie said, people after us, you know, I mean, whatever. I never had to worry about guys grabbing on me and stuff like that because I'm mostly in my closet. But I do get some messages that would curl your hair. Sometimes the stuff men send me, yeah. But yeah, Dennis, I have a question for you. If you were going to write a song about this Kat Majindi and her author in her closet, what would it be about, or what would the title be, or what would a something be? I'm feeling like I'm vain right now. I want to hear something about me. Come on. What would you write a song about me about?
We need to have a song about you. That's right. We need a song.
Yeah,
so Angie or Dennis, yeah.
Don't want to put you on the spot there, but what would
well,
you
I think the title would have to be Cats in the Closet.
Wait a minute. That could go, yeah. Wait. Yeah.
And a little howling at the moon. There's a lot of howling at the moon going on after the closet. Angie, what would you do with that song if you were helping Dennis with it?
I would make it an opposite of Cats in the Cradle, that old song that we know. I would make it the opposite of that. Cats out of the cradle.
Yeah, I do think she needs a song. Now, would
I need a song. I need a theme song. That's what I need. I need me a theme song. Y'all need to get busy making me a theme song for my crazy ass life that's all out of control and winding and jumping up and down and discombobulated. Yeah.
You know what I heard when you said that? You remember the old I Dream of Jeannie? I saw you in a little bitty caricature coming out of that Jeannie bottle. Remember that old theme song?
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, Dennis, when you think about it, Cat's Life may make a good country song, right? Because it's about love and loss and a little bit of cray-cray. And
well, actually, everybody's life can be a country song.
Well, I guess that's a good point. That's a good point.
Dodging that bullet. Yeah, I don't want to go
Let's
there.
see, Cat's in the closet with her underwear. Sometime today she's going to comb her hair.
Yeah, I want my shoes is flown up in the air. Yeah.
And when the moon comes out at night, it's all going to be all right. Angie, what should we know about your husband? Put him on the spot. What do we need to know?
Oh, Lord. What do you need to know about it? He rarely smiles, and he scares people when they first meet him, especially prospective mates of the 5 kids. But that's just the gruff exterior. If you dig down, way down, there's a softer person. Don't even say that's not true. There's a softer, kinder, gentler person. He just covers it up.
Pat, is that true?
It is true. I can see. I see. Well, see, I wasn't ever afraid of Dennis because I knew Angie wouldn't be married to anybody that wouldn't be a good person inside. So I see this big hairy man coming. I mean, yeah, I could see where people would be like, damn. But I knew that Angie would not be married to anyone that would not be a special person and good inside. And that's just what Dennis is. And I see that part of him, so it's hard for me to see, you know, his gruff, scary side. But I also think part of it is, too, is I understand Dennis and I have some traits that are alike. And Angie, I don't think we realized that until Angie and I got to know each other. And then she would say something, and I'd say, oh, my God, about Dennis. And I go, oh, my God, I do that, too. And we realized how much we were alike. So Angie picked a best friend who has a lot of traits like her husband. So it just kind of makes me laugh. So I understand him. I understand how protective he is of himself, and of his innards and his emotions and his things inside, that you don't want people, you know, he's a private person, and I am too, despite all the crazy stuff I do on Facebook and all the things I do that make me seem like I'm really outgoing and put all my life out there. I'm a very private person, and I protect my heart and my emotions and myself very, very strongly. And I understand that about Dennis. So I think, you know, that's why I never saw him as someone scary or gruff or anything like that, because I understood him. So, yeah, that's it.
And, you know, I'd have to say, Dennis, that to write the kind of music you write, you really need that heart and soul. So whether you look gruff and scary, and I'd hate to be someone coming in to court your daughter, because I think that would take a lot of courage to come in as the daughter courter. But, you know, somewhere to find that the passion that you put into music does take a lot of heart and soul.
I can give you an example, Ann.
Yeah. Oh.
I can give you a good example. I'm interrupting my husband, but he appears to be a big old asshole because he's used to being in charge of the job. He's always the boss. He's always the one running things, but you get him off to the side where nobody can see. We were recently on vacation, and this little homeless family with 3 little boys, just down on their luck and terrible. Nobody saw this and nobody knew, but only because I'm telling it. But Dennis we took them to supper, and then he went and got them a hotel room for the night so the little boys could swim in the pool. But those are the kind of things you don't see about him, because that rough exterior that's been like that, the childhood that was hard childhood, going to 13 schools and moving all the time and being in charge in a roughneck environment on the turbine deck. But there's another side to him that only those closest see. Okay, I'm being quiet now.
That's a hard act to follow, but thank you for your heart on that one. You know, I'm thinking of your gruff exterior, but your wife has a twin, so you're around that kind of wild energy, and then Kat comes to visit, and you've got some daughters, so sometimes it must be crazy with all that estrogen around you.
It is, but I love every one of them.
We have a lot of
time. You run away. You run away to the deer camp or to go fishing. You don't know about no estrogen.
We have a lot of testosterone, though, don't we? Don't we, Angie? Don't we have an extra dosage of testosterone, you, me, and your twin? So we, you know, we can hold our own with the men folk. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah. But I bet you can. Dennis, what kind of work do you do when you're at your career, your regular career?
Well, at this point in time, I'm a consultant in the power generation business. I've been working on steam turbines and generators for 36 years. And I sort of hang out with the customer and help him make really good decisions about how to repair his machine and take information from the original equipment manufacturer, and help him make good decisions so that the unit will go back together.
So from that feeling, how does it feel then when you put on your dude clothes and you get up on the stage and the lights are there and you're just belted? How does it feel in your heart or your soul when you transform into country star Dennis Ledbetter?
You know, it's 180 degrees. It's a totally different atmosphere. When I'm at work, you know, I try to be real quiet and stay in the background as much as possible. But when I get out on the stage, I just want to let loose and just let it all hang out.
And is it still fun?
Yes, it is. It is still fun. It's sort of like a Jekyll and Hyde kind of situation.
Yeah, because I watched a lot of your videos in preparation for this, and it really does look like a great time. But then I also think, well, you're going to work. You know,
Right.
You're going on stage to go to work, and I just wondered if you think, oh, do I have to sing that dang song again? Or when you get there with the energy, if it carries you through things like one more time to sing this song?
Well, you know, I haven't made it big, so I'm not singing 6 nights a week, every week, you know, so I haven't gotten tired of my music yet. So I guess when I get up there, I'm just glad to get an opportunity to sing it again. And I just love being in front of a crowd.
And have you written the songs on your CD, Dennis Ledbetter's If You Drive Me to Drink and I'll Buy the Gas? How many of those have you written?
On that CD, I either wrote or co-wrote every one of them.
Amazing. Blame the Whiskey. I like By Yourself. I thought that was a cool one. One Picture Pretty. I think we all can get the gist of that one, huh? And Turbine Cowboy. Angie, I bet your favorites change a lot when you read, and because you've probably been birthing each song with him. Do you have a current favorite?
I'm liking 3 Acres of Phillies because it's Western swing, and that's the one that's being played a lot right now. But mine change also.
Yeah, I would think they do with each time. Kat, do you have a favorite song? Again, they change, but is there one that you sort of like?
Well, you know, my daddy listened to country western music all the time, and I never was, you know, a fan of country western music, but I have to say that Dennis's music, there's something about it, and this is not a disingenuous thing, this is a true statement. There's something about Dennis's music that's so catchy and so compelling, and maybe it's because I know them and I know Angie, but I don't even think it's that I can't get it out of my head when I hear it. Now, the first one I knew was the driving, you know, if you'll buy the gas. That one was the one he sang when he visited up in the Smoky Mountains at my little log house, and he was out on our deck. Porch or whatever, rockin', and he was singing that song, and then we heard, that was the one that struck me the most, just because that was the first one I heard him sing, and I thought, okay, that song is going to make it. That song, something big is going to happen with that song. If you drive me the drink and I'll buy the gas. So I think that one is my favorite, just because I felt like I was a part of that. Like, I can remember we were standing in the doorway of the little log house. He was going outside and I was standing there, and we were talking about music and writing, and then to hear him singing that song, just, I don't know, it did something to me. It made me realize this dream of his is going to come true. So it gave me chills, and so I think that's my favorite just because of that. Though I do like the Braille one, because I could just imagine Angie snatching some hair out that bitch. Yeah.
Red hair too.
Yeah.
And I have to say myself, I would say I'm not a country fan, but I love the music here, Dennis, and I think that what I hear is just passion and heart and soul. So you have made me at least a Dennis Ledbetter fan in that sense, because you just sing it with such from your heart. It's just out there from your heart and soul. It's bigger than life. So
Thank you.
yeah, so I love every song there, and it really is transforming. I think music, I think all art, whether it's Angie's photographs, Kat's writing and storytelling, correct me if I'm wrong, ladies, but I think the purpose of our art is to transform. And Dennis's music does that. It just takes you and transforms you into the story. As Kat's does when I read, I think it was Sweetie. I felt like I would scratch running through the mountains. I was so there. And with Angie's photographs. So I'm blessed today to share my coffee with 3 just incredible artists and 1 dachshund who needed to come. But thank you for taking time today, Dennis, to share your passion with us. And I hope that everybody who watches this picks up that CD, If You Drive Me to Drink and I'll Buy the Gas, because you will just enjoy tapping your foot and singing along in the car. Yes, I sing along in the car with Dennis. I'm glad no one can hear me. But it's great. Angie, any closing words for us? Thank you for sharing your hubby with us.
Thank you. Dennis, play one on your phone. You got one handy? You can take us to the break or to the exit or whatever you call it.
I do need to add, though, if anybody wants to look at what I'm doing here. If they go to DennisLedbetter.com, that's my website. You can listen to everything I do. You can see the videos, and you can purchase the CD from the website.
Yeah, and it's a great website, and that's where I started watching some of the videos. So it's Dennis Ledbetter, LedBetter.com, and I would really suggest you go there and have fun, because I go there sometimes on my coffee breaks just to listen to some of the tunes. By yourself, I do listen to a little bit more, but I do like the kicking up if you drive me to drinking. Kat, you're going to be going away. Is this your last time with us for a month?
I may still have coffee with y'all at my secret location where I'm going to be working on my next novel. I'm going to be going there for a month. Yay! Yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, and I want to tell y'all.
Let us know.
Go
ahead.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say, let us know, because I've been telling some of my writer friends that you're going away for a month to write a book. They, they're just beside themselves. And I said, yeah, I bet she can do this. She can just go in and weave some stories. So if you ever need to come up for air, we can have a coffee group.
Well, I want to say Angie and Dennis are the two of the most giving, beautiful people, y'all. And I'd love to see y'all support Dennis and his music, because, like Ann said, he tells stories, and that's why his music is so compelling. And he's passionate about it, and they're good, decent people. So y'all go buy his music. So that's
right
what
now. And have a wonderful journey to your undisclosed place. And when you need to come up for air, we'll have coffee together. How's that?
Okay, I will.
Are you going to be wearing those shoes that are behind you?
I might.
Look at those shoes. Here, I'm using my pointer like you can see me pointing. Right next to the peak of her boyfriend.
At some point in the visit, but I won't be disclosing that.
I guess, will you be coming out of your closet at least and get your underpants up there? Okay, goodbye, closet girl. Angie, thank you for sharing your hubby with us. I hope you have a great week. Any closing words?
Have a great week yourself, and thank you. And you're multi-talented too. You just don't tell us.
Around us, there ain't much I haven't seen. I've been playing clubs and honky tonks since I was 17. I've seen music Wayne and Memphis, and the diamond and the stars, dancing girls in Vegas, where I've gambled with the stars. And the train of Billy's down at Billy's, and that women forever man. One fat, one small, one day with some in between. The Billy is down in Billy's. He's all I will see.
So that was 3 acres of Phillies down at Billy's, and if you want to get it, it's on this CD. And it doesn't come with the Dancing Girls, Kat and Angie, but we could make that. We could arrange that. We could have a little karaoke here. Dennis, thank you so much, and we will see a lot more of you, I'm sure.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for sharing our coffee with us. And everybody, we've enjoyed this time together, and let your friends know if they'd like to see more of us. Here we are, Morning Coffee, and we have Dennis Ledbetter, the rooster in the hen house. Bye-bye, y'all.